In the Arcadia Public School System, the members of the AHS Apache News program attempt to entertain and inform their peers. These are their stories.
Welcome to Apache News Show 3. She's Tiffany Junior 2.
And she's Fenna Junior 1.
Let's go. Looking for a start in the political field? Come to D11 today at lunch to meet with Arcadia Young Republicans to find your place in American politics. You do not need to be a Republican supporter, just show up.
If you volunteered in the school library during registration days, pick up your letter of our verification at the library.
Seniors, the last day to request counselor letters of recommendation is October 25th. Here's Cheyenne to tell you more.
Hey seniors, did you think that the student data packet was all you needed for a counselor letter of recommendation? Well, think again.
Hi, I'd like to open my rec folder.
So, do you have all your paperwork?
No, just the student data packet.
Just your student data packet? Do you have no other forms? This is garbage. Get out of my office. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'd like to open my rec folder.
Hey, so do you have that form where you list all the colleges you want to apply to?
Yep.
You have the AHS secondary school report?
Yep, right here.
Nice. Okay, and you have the secondary school report from Common App?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And you signed it?
Got it.
Okay, so do you have mid-years?
Yep, right here.
And finally, do you have your envelopes?
Yes, and 1 stamp for mid-year and 2 stamps for reports.
Yeah! Guess you're going to college.
Woo!
Remember, the add-on sheet is not for you to add on any extra colleges. You must speak with your counselor and get approval before submitting an add-on sheet. All paperwork is due 4 weeks before your first deadline or by October 25th at the latest. If you submit any late paperwork, you must also submit a late agreement. Paperwork and further instructions are available on the Arcadia High School counseling page. This has been Cheyenne Farouk reporting for Apache News. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Cheyenne. Hey guys, are any of you interested in attending a college and career conference for young men? The Adelante Young Men and Pasadena Youth Center are having a conference on Saturday, November 10 from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at PCC. You'll meet and hear from prominent Latino speakers, college recruiters, and employers, and more. You'll also be able to get college and financial aid information in addition to career and intern info. The cost to attend is $20 and includes meal and an AYM bag. Pick up a flyer in the Career Center for more info.
The elections are less than a month away. This week on Apache Politics, Rachel Gasparini has the breakdown on 2 more California ballot propositions for you.
Welcome to this week's Roundtable. Last week we discussed Prop 30 and 38 regarding education. Today we have 3 humanities and English teachers with us to discuss 2 crime-related propositions, Prop 34 and Prop 36. Proposition 36 addresses the 3 strikes law, a law which mandates state courts to impose life sentences to criminals convicted of 3 or more serious offenses. Felony-level crimes often qualify as a serious offense. However, Prop 36 would revise the 3 strikes law by specifying that a life sentence can only be imposed when the final conviction is a serious or violent crime. How do you feel about Proposition 36, Mr. Farraco?
The current 3 strikes law has generally worked well when it's applied to what we typically call our most dangerous felons, and its application there hasn't been particularly controversial. Where it's generally come under fire is when it's applied to a criminal population it wasn't necessarily meant to address. People whose offenses register as less serious, drug-related convictions, smaller scale thefts, and so on. I think it's important to remember that Prop 36 doesn't throw 3 strikes out the window. For the population it was always meant to apply to, the population we were warned about when we first debated whether to adopt the 3 strikes law for our state, nothing would change. Violent offenders wouldn't be any less likely to face justice for their crimes. Even non-violent offenders would serve doubled sentences. A 5-year term becomes a 10-year term if they commit that third offense. It's not absolution, it's not forgiveness. It's just a less generalized approach. And in cases where we're talking about prison sentences that can last almost as long as I've been alive, I think it helps to be less generalized.
Mr. Fox, why should we consider voting against Proposition 36?
The opponents of Prop 36 are arguing that any move to weaken our criminal justice system only puts innocent, law-abiding citizens at risk. 3 strikes works. Over 9,000 career criminals are off our streets as a result. Prop 36 makes it possible for over 3,000 of these convicted felons to be potentially sent back to our communities. These are career criminals, people with long rap sheets. These are not people who messed up once or made a small mistake. These are repeat offenders who have shown an inability to live in civilized society. Yes, our prisons are crowded, but potentially sending convicted felons back to our neighborhoods is not the solution.
Thank you both. Now, Proposition 34, the end of the death penalty initiative, will eliminate the death penalty in California and replace it with life in prison without the possibility of parole as the maximum criminal sentence. What do you think about Proposition 34, Mr. Beckwith?
Since the death penalty was enacted in 1978, 900 people have been given a death sentence, yet only 14 have actually been executed. The death penalty is expensive because of the extra legal appeals and incarceration costs associated with it. Prop 34 will change those death sentences to life without parole, saving many millions of dollars. Some of the savings would be used for grants to law enforcement groups, but the savings for the state would eventually be around $130 million a year. So Prop 34 makes good sense.
Now, aren't there some negative aspects to Prop 34 as well?
Yes. On the other hand, Prop 34 does not take into account the feelings of friends and relatives who have been victims of heinous criminals. The people on death row are there for very good reasons, and many in our society believe that the death penalty is the only solution for these evildoers. If you feel that way, then going through the expense of appeals and extended incarceration is necessary and it's worth the money, then you should vote no on Prop 34.
Thank you all. Both of these propositions will be on the November 6th California ballot. You still have until October 30th to register to vote if you're 18 years or older. We'll be back next week with more issues concerning the November election.
Mr. C is a punk.
Thanks, Rachel. A friendly reminder to all seniors, Cal State applications for all CSUs are due November 30th. Make sure you double-check all requirements for each CSU that you apply to. Not all schools require a transcript sent directly to them.
Remember, Junior Class Council is hosting a performance showcasing the vocal talents of the awesome juniors. Come out and support because they'll be giving out otter pops to anyone wearing a Spirit or Class shirt.
Wait, Fenna, if you're anchoring, who's the awesome one in sports?
That's a good question. Well, let's go to sports to find out.
I'm standing behind the Apaches, who just championed over Hoover. They took them down 49-6 and flipped them like a stack of pancakes. Let's go to Sheldon McKinley for more.
It feels extremely good to do well. We came out and we just really wanted to get a win.
The whole team did amazing. Joey got like 4 or 5 touchdowns on his birthday. It was pretty sick.
A couple days we have off days, but that's okay. I mean, that's what happens. But as long as the team stays together, we stay bonded, and we come out on the field in 100-degree weather or 32-degree weather. We come out and ready to work. That's what's going to make us dominate.
We're going to play every game, man, like it's our last. The seniors are going to beast it up, and the juniors and sophomores are going to play like they're seniors.
Okay, this time we're going to do it without laughing, all right? All right.
We are here with Frank and David, 2 students of Arcadia High School practicing their scare for the upcoming haunted hallways. They are planning to give their next victims a scare of their lives. But what they don't know is the terror that is brewing this very second in the halls of Arcadia High School.
Hey, so are you guys going to haunted hallways?
I don't know, are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be clowns, scarecrows, they're even gonna do a woman in black theme.
How much are the tickets again?
It's gonna be $7 pre-sale and $10 at the door. But I say we should get pre-sale because, I mean, it's like a fast pass.
Yeah, that's really cool. Are they having those pictures with the monsters again this year?
Yeah, once you finish the maze, you can take a picture with your favorite monsters. Plus, there's gonna be carnival games.
I love carnival games. Oh my god, me too.
We should go. We should go.
What's the date of it again?
It's October 12th to 13th from 8 to 11 p.m. both nights.
Good, man. That was it. Okay, next time, we're gonna be scaring a bunch of little kids with knives. Knives! Okay. Yes. We're gonna.
Juniors, are you a leader? Rotary Young Leadership Award info and apps are now in the Career Center. Make sure you pick one up as soon as possible because they are due November 11th.
Seniors, it's time to place orders for your senior cap and gowns and graduation announcements and class rings. Orders will be taken Monday through Wednesday, November 4th through 6th, during lunch and after school in the quad.
Hey all you single ladies, are you ready to be taken to the movies by Barbosa? Here's Brian with his movie review for Taken 2.
Liam Neeson kicking butt and taking names, all in the coolest leather jacket of all time. What could possibly go wrong with that? A lot more than you'd expect from the sequel to one of 2008's best films. I present to you Taken 2. Taking place after the events of the first film, all things seem to have readjusted as Neeson gains a better relationship with his daughter and ex-wife. So, Neeson offers to take them to Istanbul in the Middle East. All the while, the organization from the previous film plans revenge on him for the murders he committed.
We will find him. We will have our revenge.
This is one of the first problems. You could tell that the director tried to make the villain more deep and sympathetic, but it's really hard to care about a man who's willing to murder an innocent family in honor of human traffickers. So, in true Taken fashion, Neeson's ex is kidnapped and his daughter is on her own. It took only 20 minutes of the movie for things to get crazy with absolutely no build-up. To make it worse, a huge part of the first act is just people talking on the phone. That leads me to the acting. I didn't expect much, but I was surprised by how good Neeson still is in this role. He makes his character believable, no matter how unbelievable his character's actions are. Maggie Grace, who plays his daughter, also shines. You can tell that her character's matured since the last movie, as now she's actually helping with tracking everyone down, with Neeson's help, of course. The parts of this movie that made it truly enjoyable, though, were the action sequences. They had weight and tension to them. Chase sequences, gunfights, hand-to-hand, it was all there, and I loved every second of it. In the middle of it all, though, I felt disappointed of how much of a rehash this movie was. If you happen to be a fan of the first film, you won't waste your $12 seeing this. But remember, it won't be as good as the original Taken. I give it 6.5 leather jackets out of 10. I'm Barbosa, thanks for watching.
Thanks, Barbosa. Sorry, but that's it for this week's show.
We'll see you guys next Friday at our regular Friday time. And don't forget that the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Performing Arts Center is scheduled for next Thursday, October 18th at 3:30 p.m.
The Student Showcases performances will also begin next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., continuing through Saturday. Come out and see our fellow students perform on this grand new stage.
Bye!